So our first topic and stuff that I want to talk about today is something that I read on somebody's story. So I want to bring it up here. Here is the story here that I saw on Instagram. And it just says, it was just a simple question. It says, things you regret or wish you would have done on your wedding day. And I was fascinated by one of the comments because it was several comments, and most people pick stuff like, oh, I would have, had more time, or, oh, I would have done certain things. But this particular comment and stuff says, the only regret I have is I wish that I had a live band instead of a DJ. So can you guess what my topic is right now? Look at the poll that was taken down there. Now, this is a broad and a planners page and stuff on here. So most of the responses and everything that are on here are from brides and other planners or other vendors, but mainly from women. And look at that poll, guys. That's it's a little eye-opening to see that bands lead the way. Now, let's talk about a band versus a DJ a little bit. So I saw this in DJ Ideas Sharing, and I'm just going to read it here just a little bit. So it says the decision is entirely up to you and your partner. If you're struggling with, going with a band or a DJ during the wedding planning process, think about the songs you like to hear in your reception. If you absolutely need to hear Whitney Houston sing at your reception, then maybe a DJ is the way to go. But if you'd rather hear a special guitar solo live, then a wedding band might be your best choice. In our experience, you will get a more diverse music selection with a DJ. They tend to be more flexible as they aren't working from a set list. They typically can play more songs and be more diverse in the songs and the time frame. Bands tend to be more engaged with the crowd, and while they play fewer songs, they are able to really work a crowd and feed off the energy. And let's be real, who doesn't love live music? You'll have to really know your crowd to make sure that they can vibe with the songs that you select for the band. So I say all of that and read all of that because it's very important to understand the process that these brides go through when they're deciding for their entertainment. Our biggest competitor right now for DJs is a band. And the age-old question is, why are bands being picked over us when bands can only play maybe 12 to 15 songs at max during an event? Because they're playing the entire song and then they're playing the extended version of the song, because now you got a drum solo, then you got a guitar solo, then you got a keyboard solo, then you got the bride coming up. Whereas a DJ can play, 125 to 200 songs and go anywhere with the music, can play any song. So why would a couple pick us over a band? And I thought about it, and I think the answer to that goes deeper than just the surface when it just comes to songs. Just like in this article and stuff here, it pretty much says that the band is more interactive. The band is more like an elegant. It's an interaction, with the crowd and the audience, where it's not like everybody's just drunk and going crazy and stuff like that. It's more like you have a wine in your hand or champagne in your hand or a light beer in your hand, and you're singing along and you're shouting with your buddies and stuff like that. It looks the same as a DJ, but it's technically not the same. And when somebody spends an obscene amount of money and stuff on that, they feel like the way to go to get that pop for their event is a band, not a DJ. So that's why it's very important that us as DJs make sure that our equipment is solid, that we can match decors, we can create atmosphere, because these are the things that we would take away from the band's perspective, as they have, the resource to be more of an elegant taste. So it's like if you go to Little Susie's wedding and she had a band, and you went to Little Sarah's wedding and she had a DJ, it was like, what was the crowd level? Did the bride get up behind the DJ table and DJ for a little bit? Well, in most cases, that's a no, because most DJs are kind of anal and stuff about their equipment, so they're not going to let people get behind the table. But a band will. A band will let a bride get up there and scream on the mic and sing, and let the boys get up there and sing and all that stuff. We're very cautious about our stuff. They're not. So the interaction between them is way, way higher than opposed to somebody like us. I think that it also makes the family happy to have a band. I think that the fact that the family gets to listen to old songs in a band format kind of takes them back and stuff a little bit, because they didn't go to a whole lot of DJ related stuff back in their day. So a band is a little bit more nostalgic for a family. And then the last thing that a band over a DJ has is it's a big flex. It is. It's a huge flex when a bride and groom have a band at their event. It's like, yeah, like you kind of stick your chest out a little bit, like, yeah, I had a whole band out there and they rock with live events, and it costs like $7,000 to get these guys out here, whereas you had a little $500, $800, $1,000 DJ. It's a flex. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that it's a flex. And it really is, because these couples are always competing with each other. They're always trying to one up the other one. Oh yeah, your party was awesome, but look at mine. Mine has that wow factor. And the wow factor sometimes, or in this case, most of the time, which they're coming up, is using a band. So this is why it's very, very, very important that we step our game up and stuff as DJs, because this, like I said, is your biggest competition. It's not the DJ next to you. It's not the DJ down the road. It's bands. I have several coordinators that I'm very, very good with, and sometimes I look at their stories and stuff on social media, and they're working on weekends that I'm not, and I'm looking like, why didn't they have a DJ at that one? And I look, and who's there? A band. Bands are taking over. Bands are taking over. And as DJs, we work twice as hard for less to pay, because, a band doesn't have to be the coordinator. Sometimes the band doesn't have to be the director and stuff. Sometimes the band doesn't really have cues. They just know when the couple comes out, when they announce them, they play the first song, and usually it's the whole song. They play the father-daughter and the mother-son song, and then they go into their thing. Think about that. We have coordinators who come up and you need to do this, or you need to do that. Oh no, play this or play that. Bands can't really make decisions on the fly, because if there's a song that they want to hear and it's not on their playlist to play, if they're not a great band, they're not going to be able to play it. But also the music selection that we do, when people just want to have a party, kind of a club atmosphere, a band can't do that. So that's why we have to step our game up and give the elegant side on top of the club dancing side. So I hope that is eye-opening and stuff to you guys as much as it is to me, because it's coming, guys. It's coming. So let me show you one more thing on that. Either way, these wedding pros will ensure that your dance floor is packed all night long. Of course, you don't have to choose between a DJ or a band. If you want both pros at your wedding reception, you can book both. Split the time between the band and the DJ for the ultimate reception, or you can hire a vendor for your reception and the other for your after party. Either way, you're getting all the excitement. So there's an idea and stuff that may be coming our way. It may be coming our way for us to be hired alongside of a band. Who knows? Because think about that. I wouldn't mind doing an after party. Yeah, you may not get as much money, but it's a lot easier. I wouldn't mind splitting time with a band. Takes a little bit of pressure off of you. You've got an hour and a half to make them go just as crazy as they did with that band. It's almost like a competition in a way. But yeah, this stuff is coming, guys. I'm just trying to give you the heads up before, you're just kind of hit with it. So I'm just want to make sure that you guys are on the same page as I am, because I'm starting to see that a lot here. And, we have about 2 to 3 really good bands that I see working very often on these weekends, where sometimes I'm kind of just sitting home clicking the TV. I work a lot, but these guys work an awful lot.